Whole block nods when the weekend comes. Still we rise when the work gets tough. That American heart is rough enough. USA, keep it loud, keep it loud. USA, that's my crowd, that's my crowd. From the river to the block, we don't fall, we don't stop.
You gotta start saying allegedly.
Oh yeah. I'll do a Fauci blanket emergency.
We getting up here talking shit about people. Someone said something on Facebook talking about y'all getting ready for a defamation lawsuit. I'm like, what? What did we say? But you never know.
More than likely, I'll be wrong.
You got to get to a level though. Like,
well, I got
you
money.
get to. Let's go. All right, so I don't know if you're recording, but if we ever get sued, Will say he got it.
I got it. My lawyer, shout out to Drew Ashcraft out of Richmond, man. He works wonders.
Send your inquiries to Will Taylor.
Will Taylor, Black Will 1125. And you know what? I have no problems getting stuck with a bill and not paying for it.
And we'll countersue. So we should make that a habit too.
Oh, yeah,
if we get sued,
yeah.
countersue so that you could,
Your Honor, he looked at my penis too hard on the thing. I'm not sure what it is, but it
I feel like that should happen.
harassment.
Everybody that gets sued should countersue if it's wrong. So like you could,
I never forget you. I heard that it's bad. It's in bad taste to sue somebody who tried to get you prosecuted for rape and they were lying. Like that's bad tact. Like say somebody accused Chris Brown of rape, right? And they didn't, and he found out he didn't. It's in bad taste to go after that person.
Who said that shit?
That's a common law. It is a common law practice.
So it's okay to lie and try to ruin someone's life?
They're saying basically that person's still stuck with their little fees. They're still stuck with all the shit that they had to pay for. So now you coming after them. But that's like.
But if you're lying, you put yourself in that position by lying on somebody. Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Loud and Wrong podcast. Another beautiful Sunday that we're on. We are on episode. I'm bad at these episode remembrance.
Yeah. At some point, we're just gonna stop counting, and it's just
counting,
gonna be in the title.
Because it sounds so corny if I'm like, yo, episode 97, like.
Yeah. We probably do it to like 50 and stop.
Maybe, yeah.
But it's 10. It's another week.
Episode 10. Thank you guys for the additional followers. We have 14K followers. Shout out to everybody paying us attention. Please like and subscribe. Reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, all your
the
streaming
things. Shout out to haters. We got lots of lovers. Super pause. I mean, we got people that like the content, and then we also got some haters. Shout out to the haters. I had to block one. I just had to block one.
I'm sorry, Spade. We tried to be patient with you for a little bit.
It was Ace.
Is it Ace something?
ASE. It was fun to entertain him for a while, and you get all. I could tell his veins was popping in his temples and all that.
I don't need nobody going this hard about it. If we're pissing you off that much, go ahead and go.
This is the thing. This is why. Every morning for 3-4 days straight, first thing I check messages. He's in there. On some bullshit. Yeah. And I would entertain, but after a while, it was like. It's too much.
Another shout out to John Redcorn. That's the one I see all the time. The real John
Shout
Redcorn.
out Edsamante.
I really be believing, like not even believing, but the stuff he says really got me thinking. That makes a lot of sense. Like black people were in America.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Discourse, conversation, discussion. You know what I'm saying? We're not here to act like we know it all and what we believe
I'm
is
okay to being wrong.
Objective truth. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people who watch our clips and just want to argue with us think that we're not infallible and we can't change our minds. We're here because we changed our minds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna that's gonna be the next episode 11. But I lost my train of thought. But.
No, but like you were saying, we are here. We're moderate. We changed. We were in certain positions that you guys are in now. Right. But the thing is, we're okay with being wrong at 120%. And that's when you know you've kind of pulled yourself out of the matrix. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about for the most, not just us, I'm saying everybody.
Everybody. We all get our information from external sources.
Yes. And if you work a full-time job, I work a full-time job where I got a lot of leeway to listen, watch, and do whatever the fuck I want, and I'm still wrong.
Facts.
So if you have a full-time job and you're thinking you're going to talk politics with somebody who actually has the time to read and know about politics, you should just know that ain't it for you.
I tell you, and there's people that live and breathe this shit. Tim Pool, I'm sure all day he's
all
just
day.
Candace, we can name all of them, Tatum and all of them. We'll get to that level.
Yeah, me too. Once we make it with this, I promise you guys, you will have a lot more. I'm working on editing. I'm working on getting more factual resources. I'm working on new stuff. Like, just give us some time to cook. I promise we got you.
Facts. And I got to shout out Edsamante on Facebook.
Edsamante, what's up?
He's another one. He's always coming for us.
Good job, dog.
Things.
Good job.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
I don't know if you're ever going to see this.
I bet you don't even watch our show.
Probably not.
I'm going to clip this one, and I'm going to clip that. shout out them. I'm gonna clip.
We
each one of
should have a hater show and shout out all the haters and read their comments.
Because it does not bother me at all. Does it bother you? Yeah,
No.
not at all. I don't
Hell
care.
no.
I appreciate it. I always hit people with the. I hit people with the. Thank you for the engagement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you are engaged.
What's up? On this one? Oh yeah, no, I don't mind about that.
Yeah.
As long as it goes to mine, on mine person.
So, first thing I want to run down this week. I mean, something major has happened. Ukraine struck a ship, Iranian ship that was supposedly sending munitions to Russia illegally. So let me read a little bit of details on it, just so you know. And I want you to, Frank, I want you to think of the first two questions that come to your mind after I read this.
All right.
On July 25th, 2026, Ukraine long-range attack drone struck an Iranian flagged cargo vessel, Anna, in the Caspian Sea. Reported killing one sailor. Ukraine stated that the ship was moving military and drone components to Russia, while Iran condemned in its unprovoked attack on a commercial boat. Note. So just with that, with just hearing that, what questions do you have?
I have no idea.
Okay, so everybody who's watching this, if you get a chance, look up the Caspian Sea, look up where Ukraine is.
I need a map and I need pictures and
I'm
stuff.
gonna show you. Caspian.
That's how loud and wrong I am.
Oh yeah, but once again, this is the stuff that people really want to be bitching about stuff. This is what you.
Okay. I got a question. Well,
Go ahead.
first off, any headline, any caption, excerpt from that describes a political world current event, you always got to question it to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Because what is it trying to tell you? Who is it benefiting? Who is it shitting on? All those things. You know what I'm saying?
It came out this week. So this is Ukraine. So everybody, we're going to put up on the map. So that's Ukraine. That's the Caspian Sea. This is Russia. All of this is Russia.
Yeah.
Most of the war is being connected towards the coast of Ukraine, Belarus, and everything up here. Georgia, sometimes they were having issues and whatnot, but how the fuck did you know? Where the Ukraine? Now remember, Ukraine and Russia are at war right now.
Still.
We are using Ukraine as somewhat of a proxy, and then by giving them munitions. Lindsey Graham was literally there. God rest the dead. Ladybug was there looking at drones and whatnot. But I do think this is I think this is a precursor to show what type of weaponry is going to be used in 2026 warfare. Oh, wow. Drones, a lot of Ukrainian stuff is like makeshift made. Like they'll have a tank wrapped in barbed wire so that when a drone hits it, a drone will blow up on the barbed wire and not the tank. Like these are like they're making new things.
This is new type of shit. Yeah.
And each drone has a camera, so America is learning so much via this war. But anyway, how did the Ukrainian government know about that? This is World War III type of thing. So now we've got Ukraine involved in Iran, which there's no real reason for them to be involved with each other.
That is crazy. Ukraine strikes Iran. That is crazy. This whole warfare, the geopolitical stuff, I know it's a bunch of elites beefing with each other. And then, of course, they're in control of the media, so they could tell us whatever they want, whatever story they want to concoct. It could be true. It could not be true. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then you also got to consider the source. Yeah. Was that a left-leaning source? What is a right-leaning source? Is it a unbiased source, if that even is a thing? You know what I'm saying? So
I think that people who are coming up on voting, like I don't pick left and right. We always say that, but this is the type of stuff that you should be mad at Trump about. Like you talking about he's racist. The travel, the immigration, anything else that he's doing for the most part. Like immigration is good. Controlling your immigration, the Voter Act, like all those things are good things.
Everybody should be on that page.
But if a man got up there on TV, national television, and told you no more than foreign wars, and you've watched him on camera tell other people that foreign wars are a piece of shit, like you are a bad person for a foreign war, this is where we should be, because I am hearing early to mid-October, boots on the ground. I got a couple buddies. Shout out to my Marines. Shout out to my Army infantry, airborne, all you guys. Because
apparently this war was supposed to be over so quick, and it's not. It's dragging on, and Iran is not turning out to be. What's that saying in the Thanos in the Avengers movie? These aren't the pitiful, wretched humans you were promised.
God, that's such an awesome saying.
That's basically. That's basically what Trump is Thanos. Wait.
I wouldn't give him that credit.
No. Whoever said that line, the other guy, he was like,
yeah.
these aren't the pitiful, wretched humans we were promised. That's Iran right now. You know what I'm saying? Now they're talking about boots on the ground. I heard that they're going to do a draft or whatever. Nobody's trying to deal with this shit.
And I keep hearing the Israel part, like, and I'm right there with some people, and I'm not going to get too deep into that side of it. But as Americans, we should be upset. Like, why are we going to war? When is the last time an Iranian cell that has been a terror cell that's connected to Iran has been responsible for an American terror attack? If you tell us
political.
that,
It's political.
For people who don't know, the Saudis were responsible for 9/11.
Supposedly.
Financially,
Allegedly.
I can't take Crown Prince suit.
We could go. This could be a whole conspiracy show, but this is not a conspiracy show. But allegedly, it was Saudi Arabia.
But Saudi Arabia, and once again, like, there's evidence that they have not told us, and there's evidence that exists of that happening, and we didn't go that hard with them.
Not at all.
Not at all. And then, because also another thing with the Saudis, and this is just a sidebar, they were the first to talk shit about the UAE. They got out the UAE, which is like a United Arab Emirates, basically a coalition of all those Middle Eastern countries, and they first world countries. But the first thing Saudi said, we can't ignore the Palestinian thing. So if you want us to like be nice with Israel, but like, dude, there are more people who communicate with those Palestinians in that world. So to them, it's like, well, if I'm liking Israel, then that means I'm betraying the people I know in Palestine, and these are my people.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't know. I think Americans in general, for the most part, are exhausted with the Israel stuff.
Yeah.
The Israel priority, the military joining thing is just we're exhausted. We're tired. It's obvious. Everyone sees it. You know what I'm saying? And we just got questions, and we tired of putting Israel first before everything.
Everything. I mean, we have legitimate problems as a country. You know, I jump on this a lot, but like, there is no fundamental reason for us to be there. I mean, I get you. I just think if you don't care about Christianity, so that can't be it. Because like I said, the Christians in that area, you're not saving. I never hear them talk about. I never hear evangelical churches talking about what's happening in the birth area of Christ. Yet, so if it's not that, it's not the land. Just move their asses here. Like, I don't care about your religion.
Yeah.
I don't care about your prophecies. No, like, there's a half of the world that doesn't know anything about Christianity, and what does that mean for them? You know, so don't make this to be a holy war, which I do think that that's what they're trying to promote, is that this is a war for your soul, and it's not. It's not. Move them here.
That's all fucking propaganda, bro. It's all retarded.
The merger, though, I had a good idea with the merger. I might have mentioned it last week, but I do think that might be a way of America controlling the Israeli government or Israeli military. Because I always say this, I was
thinking, I don't know, and I was thinking it was a way for Israel to be plugged into the American people and try to start controlling our freedom of speech and what we say. Rubio was just saying something in the State Department announcement or whatever, how if you're foreign and coming over or whatever for the immigration part, they're going to start judging you or maybe deny your visa if you have negative rhetoric towards Israel or something. Like, what? Why are we taking it to the extreme of you can't even say bad things about Israel?
I get the entry. The entry I don't mind. Because I feel like
why not America? If you talk shit about America, okay, we deny your visa. I mean, that makes more sense for this country.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Okay, if you want to come here and you talk shit about America, deny your visa. But you're talking about a whole other country.
Yeah, that's true too.
And again, this is Israel first before America. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. And you know what's even crazier is like, it's really not necessary. Like, I talk about this a lot. There's this racial anxiety that people have, and black people have it as well. It's just different. Jewish people have it as well. Like, Jewish people are deathly terrified and have convinced people and complained to rich people enough to say, hey, the Holocaust possibly could happen again. But my thing is, don't have an Epstein. How about that? How about you don't have like a superiority complex? And I'm not saying this is all Jewish people or people from Israel, but think about what a lot of those things said. Are there going to be any goyim there? Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, there was a letter in there from one Jewish person to Epstein saying like, hey, like as if there were people who weren't Jewish there are lesser than.
Yeah.
You cut that shit the fuck out. that's a win. So I think the military, I think them coming into the United States military from all the horrible shit I've heard. Remember that Jewish guy he was wearing military uniform, but he looked very rough looking. He looked like he had like the Jewish.
He had a military
braids.
uniform?
Yeah, the military uniform on, and he was harassing. There's a video and a picture. But anyway, nothing like that would ever take place. And not only that, his hair would be cut. His face would be cut. And any of these atrocities that we hear that would happen with Israel, if there was a staff sergeant in the Air Force that was involved and saw that, you kick him out my military easily. So I think that might be a way, because leaving them to their own devices is almost like putting a pit bull on a cat.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
that's true.
And I'm not saying they don't have a right to defend themselves. They do. Any country does. But if you need another country to defend yourself, how is that a right?
And why is it us?
Yeah.
Why has it got to be us?
Should be England.
We tired.
It should be fucking England. This is your
We got the
original
whole
sin.
UN. UN is supposed to be a coalition of different countries to make the world a better place. But we know we fund the UN too outrageously. So like, what
That's
the
something
fuck?
Trump is really. I mean, I wonder how this is going to look after Trump. I mean, I know they're going to jump back in there, but it did prove that the UN is useless.
Oh yeah.
International
yeah,
courts,
yeah.
all that
It's
shit.
just-
Remember, like international. I looked up international court. Mike Pence went to an international court hearing, basically said whatever. Like, okay,
It's all theater. It's theater. Bro, the world is a stage. When you hear that statement, is actually a fact. The world is a stage. Yeah, there's things happening here and there, but overall, political theater.
Political theater, man.
95%
It's all
of the time.
performative. Ron Paul.
Yep.
Well,
Go in.
let's do that. Let's do some Fauci talk.
Go in.
So
More
Ron,
political
say,
theater.
man, oh yeah. So Ron, this week they had the hearing for Fauci and his fuck up during COVID. Remember, I said everything about COVID and how America really fucked us over. And look, y'all owe Frank an apology. I apologize, Frank.
I mean,
wasn't
I'm not
doing
the
it
only one.
specifically, but I felt like and I was talking shit to people during COVID. But this is where we're going to jump into the Fauci talk. But the first thing I want to do is Ron Paul voted for that Israel-America merger. So now they have him on camera grilling Fauci.
Right.
Fauci's not giving up any information, but it looks like everybody is doing a good thing by trying to grill this person and make him look bad. So if Ron Paul wanted to run for office again, remember, he voted for that, yeah, but I also grilled Fauci, and I remember I was doing that. I got there. I was a part of this committee.
It's theater, right?
Theater.
And the other thing is, we're 4 or 5 years removed from COVID and all that stuff. And granted, nothing that happened none of the questions that were asked in that hearing are new.
None.
I think they asked them before. It's things everyone's been talking about. If you were against the vax and all those things the whole time, you knew all these things.
Yeah.
You knew it was man-made. You knew it was gain of function. You knew it wasn't from bats. You knew it wasn't mutated. You knew all that stuff. It was common knowledge. And you knew Fauci was the villain in this case. You know what I'm saying? So there is a slight vindication for him pleading the fifth the whole way, because it just brings back the memory of, remember, we told you. You know what I'm saying?
You're pardoned, man.
Yeah, and then that too. He was preemptively pardoned, which I think was the
And
first.
Trump-
Was the first?
No,
First
but
time that was done?
The first time it's ever been done, a blanket pardon for him and Hunter Biden have a blanket pardon for like 10 years or some shit.
Yeah, first time that's ever been done.
First time.
First red flag. Okay, but again, it is political theater to bring it back to the forefront today and distract people today for things that's going on.
Yeah.
It's like it's the look over here, not there type of thing. But
Well,
I'm eating this
fucking
shit up.
start.
I'm eating this shit up. I eat it up because I was one of those people that was ostracized and told I was crazy because I was against it all. So that's my portion, right? I'm eating it up. But I also understand it's theater and it's being put in front of us for a specific reason to distract from other things. Two things could be true.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to eat this shit up.
This is what gets me. Is that the Fifth Amendment, for anybody who doesn't know and you're not from America, is basically like you can't go to jail. We just need to know the information. That's what it was originally meant for. So if you did something really bad, we'd be like, all right, cool. We're not going to arrest you. Just tell us what happened so we know how we're going to defend ourselves against this later.
Yeah, and the fifth was not to self-incrimination. Right?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
So you don't. They get, they have, if they're doing an investigation, they got to find the evidence. They got to investigate, but you're not holding to self-incrimination.
Yeah.
So
and we can, once we have that information, we can do it as well.
Yeah.
But
we can't force you. We can't force you to tell on yourself.
And it would save us time and money, even though Congress only works 6 months out of the fucking year. We pay all that goddamn money. But Fauci, the big thing they kept jumping on with him was fame. And I made a video about this, and I don't mind that. We're Americans. For the most part, we want the money or the fame or both. Notoriety. He was an 80-something-year-old white dude from New York who probably worked the most boring job most of his
Jewish,
life.
right? He's Italian.
He's Italian at least, okay. But I mean, that doesn't mean there are Italian Jews.
Yeah.
But I get it. You're 80-something. You're finally feeling validated for your work, but I don't understand why you didn't go up there and say "fucking I'm sorry." Like, hey, you know what? Because the amount of lives that were ruined. I say this all the time. People were in the military. People who had jobs, nurses, doctors.
Yes.
It's just ridiculous. Like, people's livelihoods. Anthony Fauci is the highest paid, non-voted in official ever. Ever.
And what I think he's not getting a lot of heat for, and he should be, is the whole ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine bullshit.
Yeah.
Because he was one of the ones saying, don't take it. It's horse dewormer. Allegedly. This is all allegedly. He was the one saying, don't take it. Not even allegedly. You can find the clips where he says, don't take these drugs. Instead, he pushed remdesivir, which I heard through the grapevine he may have had stocks or some financial stake in. So, boom, more lining his own pockets to use another drug that wasn't working. But the ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine shit was huge. I was there in real time watching people say, again, this is all external information, say they're curing their patients with it. People saying, I had COVID, I took this drug, I'm better now. And the news and media, everybody, and Dr. Fauci, no, don't touch this drug, don't take it. So just imagine if the media told people about that drug, or when Trump brought it up first. I think he brought up hydroxychloroquine first in a press conference, and
all they heard was bleach. Yeah,
from there they were like, "Oh, don't take." Trump said it. Don't take this drug. Imagine if the media leaned into it and said, "Okay, let's push ivermectin, let's push hydroxychloroquine," and then COVID would have been wiped out, gone. No need for vaccine, no need for mandates, no need for all these deaths. That's what people are pissed at Fauci for, you know, and it's righteous anger. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can say, oh, stop it, he tried to help, blah, blah, blah. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. And he made a lot of the stuff up. Like
arbitrary.
And if you go back and look at brand new flu, like the variations of the flu, there's a higher death rate when the new strain is mutated or whatever. And it's the same thing as COVID. Also, like, I'm also, like, I'm mad at Fauci, but I'm mad at the celebrities too, man.
Oh, yeah,
the way that the celebrities pushed it, Stephen Colbert, everybody.
Hot boys.
Yeah, hot boys. I mean, you're doing everything in your power, collecting a check. I even heard Kamala Harris say one time that, like, I'll take the vaccine if a doctor tells me to, but if my president tells me, I'm not. And it's just like, go back home. Go take your ball and go home. Like, the vaccines are originally defined as something that would cure a disease, essentially. When COVID happened, they adjusted it. The actual definition
changed
of something
on the CDC website. It changed to something different. We'll look it up. We'll put it in.
It's that it helps an immunity or something like that. It's not
lessen the disease
instead of curing.
And then everybody on X and Twitter or X or Twitter, I forget which one, both of them. They were like, I got COVID, but because I'm vaccinated, it lessens the symptoms, and I'm so grateful. It was a fucking cookie cutter bot farm bullshit. I don't know if you remember. Yeah. It was like all these accounts saying the same thing.
Remember when Gal Gadot was singing to y'all? We can love the people. That shit was so stupid. Had all the celebrities singing that stupid ass song.
The vaccine, Stephen Colbert.
But like I said, the celebrities who were trying to push something that could damage your body. Fauci even got sick after he got his every vaccine he got, which I wonder if he got it.
He knows better.
Yeah.
He got the saline shot. I heard through conspiracy grapevine that higher ups, elites, and celebrities, certain people who were chosen of the caliber, at that, filmed themselves getting it. Those were saline, but everyone else got the other shit.
Yeah.
Again, this is allegedly. We're not saying that's what happened.
I'm not even mad about if it happened. Oh no, I am mad that it happened. It's just the way that America did it. It seemed like such a great psyop to see how much Americans will listen, how much Americans have been like. It seemed like a test to see how dumbed down we were.
I was fighting the power. It was me, a handful of people I knew, but for the most part, it was like I was really in Twilight Land, bro.
Yeah, I was just go with the flow. I was just go with the flow. But thinking about how these people are now,
Yeah.
And then you talk about the heart diseases in young people.
Myocarditis.
There was one I saw Jimmy Kimmel bitching about, said only 20% of kids in elementary school have the vaccine.
That's
you
huge.
said it won't kill kids.
20% is a huge number. And it's not worth the risk for a flu-like sickness.
20%, only 20%, my bad.
Yeah.
It's still a lot. One is a lot. One kid is a lot. But they're saying 20% of kids got the vaccine. And it's like, dude, why do you want me to put this in my kid? Like, would you put that in your kid? Like, I get what the story they told you, but that goes back to show too. Your favorite actor is an idiot. Your favorite politician, he might be an idiot too.
Paid shills.
Yeah, they just want you. They want you to remember that movie, TV show, or cartoon that is associated with that person, and then you just do whatever the fuck they say because you idolize that person. Having human idols, especially American human idols,
it's a psyop. It's a propaganda psyop, you know. But it is what it is. So Dr. Fauci, again, we're not going to see criminal charges. He's pardoned. It was a good political theater. It was fun. It made me feel good. It made me feel vindicated. But I know at the end of the day, it was a distraction, and we're not going to see anything come of this. I don't think. They're saying Rand Paul is going to press charges or try to find a loophole to charge him.
What did I say last week?
It could happen. I don't know.
Our country does not have a way of punishing people on that level. If Elon Musk killed somebody tomorrow, I think the reason why he never goes to jail, we don't find out about it, is
you pay people off. You pay judges, pay lawyers, you pay police.
Or you are a linchpin for somebody else's finances. So if Tesla's not Tesla anymore and that stock drops, whoever's making those lithium-ion batteries for those cars, their stock is going to drop. They won't be productive.
Yeah.
So all these other, like, the higher you get to the top, and I think that's a lot of things with Trump. I think Trump is looking out because Trump has also said he's okay with the pardon with Fauci, which, by the way, he said he was okay.
He said he had to respect it, and I get that because when he leaves this term and he does his pardons, he may not want Democrats.
That's the whole reason.
They're setting precedent. Like, you don't want to set precedent for that, and I understand that, but I don't know. I feel like there should be some apparatus where if it's not Trump, someone else, some other entity outside of the executive or presidential can still, despite a presidential pardon, can still press charges or pursue criminal charges for egregious things such as what Fauci did. And then the whole pardon thing is like, okay, blanket preemptive pardon, 10 years. That just screams guilt of some kind. Something.
And it's like
you don't just do that for an innocent man.
I think Trump himself is exactly what you're saying because he doesn't want this to happen to him when he leaves office because Democrats, regardless of what y'all think the political climate's like right now, Democrats are savages. They will rip your fucking head off and piss down your throat. He's afraid of that because the original conversation was that Fauci, Hunter Biden, and a lot of those pardons were done by auto pen when Biden was not competent enough to know what he's signing. Yeah. So if that's the case, that means that Trump is compromised again, and he's going to let Fauci walk. But I do believe that this country should have glass-breaking efforts. Like someone on that level, you need to, once he's played the fifth one time, break that glass, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. Well, I have a pardon. Fuck your pardon. You're going to jail. Like, if you want the country, it is all built off lies. Everyone lies to Congress. Everybody does. What's the gay dude out of Jersey? He lied to cause. He was in Congress. He was a gay dude. He lied to Congress. He went to jail. So people lie to Congress, although he's in jail. So what about all these other people who lie to Congress, who don't answer questions, who don't cooperate, all these things? Why is it that that person doesn't go to jail? It's because it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's, you have First Amendment rights unless you talk about Israel. You could do whatever you want unless you rich. It's just.
And it's also people, friends and people, and a lot of those people up there, they have dirt on other people. So like, that's what they say Epstein was doing. That's what they say Pete Diddy was doing. When you're in a high place and you have a lot of enemies, you blackmail. You get dirt on them, you put them in compromising situations, you videotape it, and now you own them for life.
I can't wait for someone to try that shit on me. I am putting it up.
That's why
My turn.
That's why this is why episode 9 is called Dick Discipline.
I got a young man I know, I will not say name, relations, or anything. Young man I know, one time he he got caught on one of them scamming apps where a girl hits you up and then you run into it and you giving her money. They asking for money.
Wow.
And it's like, oh, you send me a dick pic. Either send me more money or I'm gonna put your dick pic on the internet.
Yeah,
the person called me asking for advice. I said, bitch, I would have put that shit on the internet myself. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I got a big dick.
That's
like,
what Neo did.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Neo got caught with a girl, or somebody got pictures of him doing something, and some girl tried to blackmail him, and he put it out himself, or he just admitted to it to the world. So like, he lost the power of the thing.
If you are vocal about your flaws, no one can use it against you. Charlamagne the God.
Don't put yourself in a position
early. But when you're young, you don't know that. Like that's always my thing. When you're talking about blackmailing, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like let's say anything in my mind, I could talk to anything that I've ever done in my life. I've never done nothing crazy. But if I did at 18, 19, I could explain. I was 18. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. You know what I mean? Like, and I think there's grace there. I think even with Fauci, we would have had grace if he went up there and said, I've only done this twice. There's only been less than 5 epidemics in this country, period. And I did the best I could. We didn't have enough information. I would have gotten in trouble if I mentioned the gain of function, research.
Yeah.
If you would have been on, you're an American.
That's
too.
how you disarm those accusations. Honestly, transparency, humbleness. You can disarm a whole lot of that shit. But when you play that game of secrecy and lying and just pleading the fifth, you feed into the whole you're a criminal, you're guilty, you're hiding something, and the pardon. Preemptive pardon don't help nothing. You know what I'm saying? At all. But that's true. When you're vulnerable, most of the time it does serve in your favor, depending. I'm not gonna say every situation.
Yeah. People will walk away from you, but just be honest.
Yeah.
And then the legal system gets in the way of that, I guess, because you're trying to protect yourself. But man, there's nothing wrong with you just admitting that you're wrong.
Yeah.
And especially on that level, you are a rich white guy in America that's in his 90s.
You Gucci.
You're good, man. Just admit you're wrong. And this is the thing. If it was me and I'm sitting in front of Congress, like, I'd feel bad. Like, think about this. People might not know that. I got furloughed during my job from COVID. I remember I had been there for like 12, 13 years.
Oh, wow.
Like and I'm really, really good at what I do. If anybody is associated with me, I know my bosses will talk shit about me saying this, but I am really good at what I do. And they let me go. And I was mid-30s. But I remember thinking to myself, like, God damn, it changed overnight. But if COVID didn't happen, I'd still be working there.
Yeah.
And I'm happy and well off. Everything worked out well. But these are people's lives. But these rich people don't give a fuck about you. Remember that. Politics, celebrities, they pretend to care about you, but they care about their mom, their aunt, their cousin. They don't know you.
And their bank accounts.
So when you start to think something's fishy about a vaccine, something like that, this is where you start holding your politicians accountable. The moment you saw AOC in Florida without a mask on, Nancy Pelosi getting her fucking hair done, Gavin Newsom,
restaurant.
Once you see those things, you should remember that because you had to stay in the house. You had to give them money. You had to have a vaccine card. You couldn't go on vacation. You couldn't leave a vacation that you were on. You were paying $1,000 fucking dollars for the. Oh, this is gonna piss me off. You were paying $1,000 for a vacation, right? Say for whatever reason that resort says, "Hey, you caught COVID. Would you rather stay here for a week?" Yeah, because I have COVID. That's fine. That's another $1,000. And you can't go home. If you were in the military, say you were in the Navy, you were on a ship, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks in a hotel. Someone's paying for that fucking hotel.
Facts.
It was just a clusterfuck. And Fauci, this is why you will burn in hell with gasoline draws, because the one thing that could have saved you is being honest to the American people, because you're an American too. And if you show some form of capacity,
allegedly, this is all alleged.
But yeah, I mean.
That was very passionate, man. You was really going in on it.
Americans don't deserve shit like that.
No, nobody does.
If you know somebody who works 40 hours a week, dude, like, he don't deserve that. And then you stuck at home. Like, you got to think. It was. I look at the glass half full. I made a decent amount of money. A lot of time off. It was good. It was okay for me for the most part. But I just think about a guy like someone having to go to work and can't take your kids to daycare.
A lot of people got fucked up.
Schools, the kids at school.
They changed whole lifestyles overnight, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, none of it was worth it. We know now. If we knew back then what we collectively, for the most part, know now, it wouldn't have worked. Nobody would have fucked with that. We wouldn't have been social distancing. We wouldn't have been staying home. We wouldn't have been closing our businesses. We would have done none of it.
You could have been more aware for the elderly, and you could have pushed more of the studies for the elderly.
We would have went to the funerals. Some people didn't, people died. They couldn't go to funerals.
Yeah,
they couldn't
that
have
was
funerals. You know what my mom said when during that time I went to visit her, and I walked in to her condo, and she was like, she said something about like, can I get a hug? Are we hugging? And I was like, if you don't come here and give me a fucking hug,
Yeah,
like,
you're my mama.
I was like, because she watches, and I was just like, we're not playing that game. I'm not gonna come and not visit you and not give you a hug and all this because the fucking TV said. I was not doing none of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Virginia too, by the way. They were very moderate. At least.
But that's because Youngkin was
Shout out to Governor Youngkin. Yes,
Youngkin, yeah. Youngkin wasn't about that shit. He wasn't doing the vax mandates and all that stuff. So
shout out to Governor Youngkin. If one day I get to talk to you, I would love to talk, because you know why? He stayed out of the political rat race. You never heard him like buddy Trump, buddy Biden.
Yeah.
He just worried about Virginia. When Virginia was going through like their recycling issue, he was really on the forefront. Like that's the thing, So shout out to Governor Youngkin.
And he didn't push a lot of the vaccine stuff. Like he did, his administration didn't really cater to that.
He's the governor of Virginia. We're in Virginia.
Before
Spanberger.
Yeah, a couple years.
She's slowly learning, but I'm happy. But anyway, to the
What
next.
about what happened in Spain? With Spain, we got. Go ahead.
Good Lord, man! I gotta pull up my notes for this one because this is crazy.
But I will say, first off, it's not the mainland Spain, supposedly, and I think a lot of that's being misconstrued online or whatever. But it's a smaller portion, or like this that's on the African side, a territory or something. It's still considered Spain, but it's not mainland Spain. But there's been a crazy immigration.
Spain is the part of Spain that is connected to Morocco.
Yes.
There's a fence. Just imagine a fence, and the fence ends at a shoreline.
Right.
So once you pass that fence, they're coming around the shoreline in that fence, and then coming up in droves. Now, Spain was one of the few countries in Europe that basically told America to go fuck off when we were, having a lot of dealings with Europe about Greenland or just anything, because it was anti-Trump essentially. And rumor is that this is like a retaliation for that, and also trying to highlight Europe's issues with immigration that people are saying just isn't that bad. And I really do wonder what the truth is. I looked up a lot of stuff about Europeans and the immigration issue. I hear some people say that it's not as big of a problem, but the one thing I could say is those people are saying that are very well off.
Yeah.
The people that would interact with immigrants aren't very well off people. It's normally like the middle to lower class, because those people are just getting it all
right. And if you
square.
consider the grooming gangs and some of what you're hearing there from it sounds horrible. You know what I'm saying? Well, back to Spain. They had, around the first couple of days, they had all these immigrants running through there, running amok. They saying they was breaking into homes. I don't want to say raping people, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? It was chaos. Chaos. Oh, yeah. You watched the videos.
Men, no women.
There was no families. You didn't see women or children coming across. It was 20 to 30, 40-year-old men running in there, running amok. And it's basically an invasion. And we have the video. You can look it up. It's wild.
Here's some details I got. So the footage captured an unprecedented influx of 50 to 60,000 migrants breaching the border within 24 to 48 hours.
That's not stable.
The cross is crazy. Once again, they were all military-age men. Large crowds have been seen running through Tarajal and border gates, prompting a local business closures, et cetera, et cetera. They're leaving trash and debris everywhere. This had to have been coordinated.
Oh, no, for sure.
Like, how does this happen without military presence,
How does the Spanish government allow it to begin with no resistance? There was no resistance, by the way. There was no National Guard or military or police. It was just come through.
Yeah, so when I look at stuff like that and see people not, like you said, not having the military involved and things like that, goes to let me know how important is this really to that country.
And they were saying, and here's the fear porn part, right? And I saw Trump say this and some Republican politicians, and this is the fear porn. Just like we have fear porn on the left, there's fear porn on the right. They were saying, if you don't vote Republican, this will happen here.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a little extreme, right? But it's part of the fear apparatus. The worst thing happened is somewhere else in another part of the world, and they say, hey, look, if you don't vote Democrat, you're going back to the cotton fields. If you don't vote Republican, that's going to happen here. It's part of the fear apparatus
to get you
propagation.
Keep you in your little box.
Yeah.
And with the fear part of it, I mean, it's merited to keep a good immigration policy, but when things like this happen, why is it no one's saying, like, how did this happen? The chances of 40 to 50, like, just say that crowd, however many people are in that crowd, what are the odds of all of them at one time to do that? They're not going to be successful in getting anything truly.
Well, in a way, they said it happened when Biden was in, was it in Texas or whatever? Wherever they had that little fenced-off section where it was full of all those migrants or whatever. So, in a way, it happened, but it didn't happen. I don't ever see it happening in the degree that it happened over there.
Yeah,
we're not going to have no resistance to motherfuckers swarming into the fucking country. I cannot see that happening in America.
Yeah, I can't.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't see it happening in America because America really don't play.
And we got too many guns.
Remember,
we got too many guns.
With our border, we allowed that to happen. We control. I'm pretty sure the government itself can control everything. There's nobody crossing the border now. But if they want future voters to go through the border, they will.
That's what they did. That's what Biden's administration did.
But if it's just not worth it, and that's the thing too, depending on what president's in there. I saw somebody in Mexico say one time on camera, like, yeah, we'll just wait until he gets out of office, the next person come in.
Do it again.
If they have to wait 8 years. It doesn't matter.
That's what I've been harping on. Every time I've said it several times, they flip-flop power to undo what the previous administration did, and that's how the needle never moves, because it just bounces back and forth. That's why I'll still say, politics in general is a what's that word? There's a word, like a game theory. I forget.
Experiment?
Well, it's the way it's set up now with the binary system is not meant to solve anything. You're on the two parties on opposite sides. We always have to oppose each other. So when we flip flop and power goes back and forth,
there was a politician that ran on that a long time ago.
Who was
Nobody
that?
liked him.
Ross Perot.
Adolf Hitler.
Oh, he said that. Oh,
yeah. Adolf Hitler, one of his speeches. He talked about like the two-party system and how much they rotated and never got anything done, and eventually became one. The people get frustrated, and that's kind of what he ran on. It's like these rich people ended up having more power, not glazing Adolf.
Yeah, and let's say after Trump, right? Let's say a Democrat gets in there, and then they open the borders again. It's just gonna undo all these 4 years that we've just had of him kicking motherfuckers out, and that's the program. The program is, when I get in power, I do what I want. I undo what you did. When you get in power, you do what you want. You undo what I did. Nothing changes. Yeah. And 50 years from now, for the next, the politicians 50 years from now, we might be dead and gone. There might be a whole new generation. They'll still be talking about healthcare. They'll still be talking about immigration. Yeah. It's going to be the same problems we're talking about today.
Reparations. Don't forget reparations. That's always one of them, too.
They'll still be talking about that 50 years from now.
Yeah. And
there'll be racism.
And they just want to keep their money. That's all it is.
Yes,
they just want to keep their money, power, and influence. That's all they want.
The program will remain in place as long as people buy into it and keep it alive. Yeah. By voting.
Yeah, by voting for the lesser of two evils. Always remember this. You'll always hear this about every presidential election ever. I voted for the lesser of two evils.
Not only that, this is the most important presidential election of all lives. Time. Every 4 years is the most important one.
Democracy as we know it is coming to an end.
Kennedy and was it Nixon? Kennedy and Nixon, most important. You know what I'm saying? Clinton and whoever.
Clinton and Ross Perot.
Most important. Al Gore, Bush, most important. Trump, Kamala, most important.
I'm not sure if you remember, Frank. Remember the MTV push with Diddy when
vote or die. I had a shirt. I rocked the shirt.
I remember being in my 20s like, yeah, I got a vote. My vote counts. I'm gonna
vote or
change
die.
America.
I was on that, bro. I was on that page, bro.
I hate Mitt Romney.
You know how much money he made off those shirts? He must have sold so many of those fucking shirts.
Yeah. You got to think, too, just having that type of exposure before the internet was, like, as big as it is now, the amount of money you're making, just imagine how much money you're making not producing anything. Say somebody accidentally didn't send you a shirt that you ordered online, and you had to call a place you're just out $10. But this person has made $10. And then over 30, they say 30 transactions, that's...
Bro, that's why we need it. We going to get in our merch, and we going to love when y'all support and buy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming soon.
Yes. You will be paying for nice new studio equipment, and we are really plotting on some real future growth.
Oh, no, it's going down.
So, yeah, like I said, the immigration thing with Europe, it's like somebody really wants to know. And also, too, I wonder how much of this is a billboard to scare white people or in the West.
Sure. Yeah.
You're really trying to push to Western Europeans like, hey, you're being constantly attacked, you're being whatever, because it does look like that. It looks like and when you see that all these immigrants are men, and just imagine they come here, imagine they consensually start having kids. It's the Ottoman Empire all over again.
That's why, again, news, media, they never put out something or a story like this if there's not an agenda behind it for influence of whoever the target audience is, right? So like the left and Democrats, they'll look at this story, and to them, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's not an issue, right? It's not, who cares? Nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's not a voting metric for them,
Yeah.
right? But for the right, it's a voting metric. I don't want immigrants coming over here like that.
Yeah.
Trump said, if you don't vote for us, that's going to happen. I'm going to vote this way.
And if those immigrants don't assimilate to, like, it'd be different if they were immigrants. Like, and that happens. Most legal immigrants assimilate because they do appreciate America or they appreciate wherever they migrated to. There's a push now to lose that.
Right, to embrace wherever you're coming from, we'll take your ideals and you're good to go.
Yeah. And
I don't think that's right.
That's not right, because that's what makes America different. America's different is we might be all a blended pot, but in all actuality, we believe in the same shit. Fundamentally, being a good person, at bare minimum, be cordial with your neighbor. It doesn't matter what race, religion you are. We all are the same. Like just treating people with common respect. That's it. Not trying to low-key take over your country.
Or come over here and say because you don't like dogs and dogs are dirty that people can't walk their dog down the street because it's against your religion.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about your religion.
Or cows are sacred, right? And come here and tell people they can't eat steak.
Or you can carry a fucking knife into a gym because it's a part of your religion. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. We got to stop that.
You seen that
That's
video?
that woke bullshit. Yeah.
The video in England where a dude who was a Sikh Indian, he brought a knife into a gym and they told him no. And it's like, and he got all pissy and wanted to post it on the internet. And it's like, and this is what makes me be very proud of being an American.
Zero comments.
Because to me, it's like, I don't give a fuck. You're in America. What's the part of my religion? Welcome to America, bitch.
You can't say that though. That's white nationalism.
Man,
right
wait
there.
until I get into power. It'll be some sort of nationalism. Because I'm not playing none of that.
That's white nationalism.
I'm not playing nothing with you fuckers. If it's not safe, hokey dory, apple pie, and that's what I want. I want that Back to the Future one town. I want that shit. Why can't
you mean back when America was great?
Yeah, 86. Like I want that. I see every time I watch Back to the Future before recently, and when I see Marty McFly in his neighborhood he lived in, tear down all the projects and make that. That, because that shit is fucking awesome. Good people, but the people
everybody
who
knows
don't
each
like
other. What's the Cheers song say? Where everybody
knows their name. Hang out at this place and get drunk all day because you don't want to be at home with your family. Yeah, that's fine.
Make America
so
Great America was great.
A TV show about a bar. You know how much money they had to make on that show? There was one environment, that one bar.
Easy setup.
Ted Danson. Shout out to Ted Danson. He looks good for like 95.
That's because he's drinking that shit.
Oh, yeah.
Let me stop.
That's back in the 80s, too, when he could have got it for the low. No one was looking for little black kids disappearing back then.
All right, we can go in another direction. On to the next.
You see, Officer Tatum this week has been on fire. I think this is him stepping to the next level.
Oh, yeah, shout out. Jubilee's putting out we promote. Jubilee's putting out a joint with him today, actually, where he's talking, I think it's Black Conservative versus... I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't know the title.
20v1.
It's always, the 20v1s are crazy. You got to be brave to be the one, but
I mean, you have to be patient.
Jet Li.
You have to be patient.
Yeah, you getting back to back people coming at you with real hatred and disdain most of the time.
And you're just trying to have a general conversation.
Some of them are cordial, but like when it's really politically charged ones, it's like they get up there and they just want to fight you.
You know which person bothers me on that shit? There's a light-skinned black girl on the
I know
he's talking about piercing. Like, God,
I know you're talking about.
I don't want to say it's ugly, but it's just kind of like People like her are too smart, and I'm not just saying this for her. Like, I get you have your ideals, but to pick a side, maybe it's a character she's playing, but that little girl annoys me.
I think she believes it.
And
Allegedly.
There's a conservative black lady that's kind of like parallel to her without the septum piercing, with the regular looking, like she just looked regular. I'll post both of them, but they look anyway. No, I won't. But no,
Tatum,
yeah, like he's been on he went and visited all the boys during the Nolan that were surrounded in the Nolan Wells case. He's been like he actually went down there, interviewed those people. He's been making valid points about grifting off of like some tragedy. You know, before we get any information, everybody's trying to make it a race thing. I think the argument on the left is black people are merited to be suspicious of Mississippi and deaths of African Americans, but the amount of African Americans that die in Mississippi, we're never really, and I hate to have to go to this argument. You're never talking about that.
yeah.
You know, I saw a video of these young black dudes in Mississippi, and they're talking about the kids don't have nothing to do because they be shooting up shit. And this is an adult man around a whole bunch of other kids with Pooh Shiesty masks on, and you know, I bet you he's one of the people that were perpetuating this stuff. And it's not the government's job to give you something to do so you don't fuck up people.
Yeah, no, they got to stop that.
There's jobs, you know, and once again, that will alleviate a lot of your free time. Yeah. 14 and up, go get a job. There's a scrapyard somewhere where you can pick up aluminum cans and get 60, 70 cents a pound. Or you can go clean up someone's backyard.
Yeah. But D.L. Hughley's coming for D.L. Hughley is such. I used to like him. I liked him as a comedian, Kings of Comedy. He was a funny man. He had a show.
I thought he was super smart. Me too.
Yeah, he is. I would say he's smart for sure. But who he has been for the past few years online as far as the content creation or whatever. I think he has a podcast. I'm not sure.
He has a radio station.
He's just a very angry person, and he hates white people, and he's just very low vibration, negative, and everything is racism, everything is white supremacy, and that's his personality today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad to see. I'm not gonna say it's a grift, but I think he believes all that shit he's saying. Yeah. And he's coming at Tatum.
He coming to Tatum. He basically said he's a failed football player. He said that he's a loser for using his past moniker of being a cop. Officer. Now he wasn't a detective. Who is this guy? He had a white wife. I even heard Willie D say that he was in a fraternity with people doing blackface, which it was not. I mean, it was in a yearbook. It's not blackface. It was like, you know, when a football game comes on.
The makeup for the eyes?
Yeah, eyes. It was not just the eyes. It was like the whole face. I can see how it could be perceived that way. But that he was in that fraternity and all. Like, they were just D.L. Hughley was hitting under the belt. And the moment I heard it, I was like, D.L., you have no room to talk.
And that's what Tatum did.
I'm not.
Was this in an interview or online? Like,
which one? The D.L.?
Yeah.
D.L. went on a rant about Officer Tatum interviewing those boys and his perception.
Because he went down there to talk to them. Yeah. Apparently, going down and talking and getting information is racist. Yeah. Right. That's the whole thing. So basically, because Tatum's on the other side of the controversy, that's where D.L. Hughley attacked him. And once again, this is what we said on that episode with Green. Shout out to DJ Green. If y'all haven't seen it, go check out the episode. Episode
8. People are trying to pick a side, and there's really no side. It's really a right and wrong. And then they're not giving this case enough time to breathe because people want to financially have a gain involved.
They want to run to conclusions with little to no information because it's convenient and it feeds narratives.
Yes. And the narrative that they're trying to push with Benjamin Crump and them is that it's a possibility there could have been a form of racism there. I heard one of them, and I posted it online, sorry for the quality, but one of the lawyers was asked, you know, how they felt about people saying that they were essentially grifting, like just trying to promote this case to get some money or whatever. And the lawyer had a point about not, you know, this is a common practice. You know, lawyers have been doing this. Why is this
lawyers
important?
looking for work. That's basically him looking for work and for money.
But the original point is it's not fair to his friends. You know what I mean? If his friends did it or not, the cops will find out. But up until that point, it's just young dudes hanging out. The person who should really be fucking ashamed of themselves is that bitch that fucking picked up the phone when them boys called the emergency line. I listened to that video and wanted to cuss that old bitch out. Their boat was sinking. And they're talking to...
They called 911?
Yeah, they called I guess they call whoever you would call for if your boat sinks.
Okay.
And the lady on the phone, like, if my boat is sinking, these are my coordinates. These are how many people are here. You come get me now because something bad might happen because my boat's sinking. Don't hold me on the 911 line for this long and then you don't get a hold of nobody. I need to be gone yesterday. That's the only person I think everybody should be mad at. But D.L. Hughley is just poking fun at Officer Tatum, and he does not live half of a clean. I'm not saying I know Officer Tatum, but he's Christian. He's conservative. He's got a white wife.
He's super pro-Israel.
Yeah, he's pro-Israel, but he seems like a well put together guy. D.L. Hughley, the fuck are you talking about? Like, you making kids outside of your marriage. You don't take care of your kids. You be on the road all the fucking time. He said there was something came out where Officer Tatum said that somebody was offering.
We're gonna edit this out, but I kind of see what old girl was saying about painting the picture. Because this D.L. Hughley stuff, I haven't seen anything.
Idea.
So when y'all keep saying that he's saying it, I don't know where he's saying this.
Okay.
Which is why I asked, was he saying this in an interview? Okay. Did he say this online? Like, was he on Twitter saying it?
Okay,
Instagram?
good shit.
Clips.
How did this come up?
So
with
I got you. So Officer Tatum, he does an interview with the guys. Fast forward a week later, D.L. Hughley gets a hold of the content, which I'm guessing from another podcast or just seen online.
Yeah.
And he goes on a rant on his podcast episode with his crew about how Officer Tatum essentially is a sellout. Officer Tatum comes back with a response on his podcast, which basically what we're saying here, which is you don't have room to talk about Officer Tatum.
And of course, they make it personal attacks.
Yeah.
Like we moved the goalpost from the issue, the Nolan Wells and all that, and it turns into personal attacks. Yeah. And it's always the same play.
And
go after the person.
Something ended up coming up where he said, Officer Tatum said during one of the interviews, somebody mentioned that someone on that boat or hanging out with them was offering cocaine, allegedly. And I understand why that came up, but then D.L. Hughley comes up essentially and says, we've all done cocaine, so what's the big deal? So
no, we have not. I have never touched cocaine.
Never. Me and my best friend have
I smelled it once.
and left.
Yeah, I smelled it once. You know what I'm saying?
What? So you've done cocaine?
No. All right, let me rephrase this.
I smelled the cocaine.
No.
Crazy.
I never did it. It was
just,
a guy.
Just put a lot on the table. I smelled it.
No. I worked at a pizza shop, and the guy was doing it in the bathroom that worked there. He was a delivery guy. He would go deliver, go to the bathroom, do whatever, and then go out. So I went to the bathroom after him. That's what I meant by
I just like going to the bathroom all of a sudden, man. It just feels so good in here.
And I've never known what it smelled like. And I didn't even know what it was. Someone else who worked there had to tell me that's what it was.
Yeah, I've been in situations like that. I went to a party one time with my best friend, and I was looking for the chick I went there with, and I went in a room, and they were just snorting a pile. I was like, oh, time to go.
Well, yeah, Hughley saying everyone's done that.
But this is back to the initial problem, and I really want to put that in there. You're defending something you don't have to defend. Like, it's not about the cocaine or anything. It's about the fact that, like, Officer Tatum is doing what you guys should be doing. If you really believe these white boys had an issue about it, and you have the time and energy, it's not like Officer Tatum is involving himself during the actual investigation. This is 2 weeks after the entire situation.
This is investigative journalism. This is what media should be doing. This is what police should be doing. I mean, granted, I don't know if they are or not. I'm assuming they interview everybody and they get all the story. But it's investigative journalism. And shout out to Tatum for doing that, because CNN won't do that.
Nope.
NBC won't do that. CBS won't do that.
Major networks are not carrying this as like I thought.
Well, not only that, they don't. The narrative hits. Black boys dead.
Hanging out with white people.
Boom. The story's done. We got everything we need. We don't got to dig deeper and ask no more questions. Tatum actually goes down there, talks to them, gets more information, and this is why we're in the situation we're in.
And he's not even picking a side. And that's what I like. I mean, it might seem that way because he's interviewing them, but all Officer Tatum is saying is, let the facts come out before you. Like, these are legitimate human beings. D.L. Hughley, you get to go back to your mansion, sit down, make love to your wife,
sniff
have
your
fun.
coke.
Sniff your coke. Do whatever you do.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But when you do that, Like, these kids are middle-class kids that still have to live in the town. One of the boys said he couldn't go to the funeral because he felt like people were treating him away. And, like, I could not imagine, I said this last week, I could not imagine not being able to participate in someone's funeral I wanted to go to.
Yeah, that was your friend.
It was your friend.
So, no, it's
So
crazy.
shout out to Officer Tatum and fuck you, D.L. Hughley, for that corny shit. Like, where's the wisdom?
Zero.
Like, this is what gets me about these older celebrities. I'm not asking you to be the smartest person in the room. I'm just asking for some level of wisdom. There's so many things that you could talk about. You're a comedian. Be funny.
At least make some jokes about it.
Make some jokes.
Maybe
Or
we can laugh.
He tries, but it's like, I'm not looking for looking at any celebrity of any caliber, of any intellect for their political views, because you are not living a real life. You are living a fabricated life that has been built for you off of the backs of or off of the finances you make, doing marginal work,
Yeah.
doing what you love to do.
Yeah, you're a comedian. I think you should stick to comedy.
Imagine going to work, having a job, and then someone like D.L. Hughley blasts that you're a racist and you're not, and you have to go to that job you barely like as it is.
That's an awkward HR meeting.
Yeah, man. Or getting fired because people would believe.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, D.L. Hughley has, Officer Tatum's response on his podcast was very thorough, which was like.
But he did go back. He counter. Yeah. He went for him personally too. So like, it's fine, I guess. I mean, he went personal, and then he went personal. Yeah, like this. It's crazy how the personal attacks immense, generally, mostly from the left, for people they don't agree with, right? They got to take it personal, talk about how you look, talk about your family, talk about this and that, and it's just the cookie cutter. It's the playbook.
Yeah, it's the
fucking playbook.
It's the easiest play, but I think that grifting's coming to an end.
When you don't have anything to say about the context or the situation, to counter arguments made about the situation, you got to go to the personal attacks. Then you discredit the person. How much time we're doing? Because we got 2 chops, right?
Yeah, right now we're about an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Y'all want to get a few more minutes? I think
Okay. Yeah.
We got to do like 1 or 2 reactions today too. Well, I forgot.
Oh yeah.
to
Well,
mention
after
that.
this, we're doing episode 11.
Yeah, we'll do 11, but I still want to.
Yeah.
I can chop. I'm in the middle, but I'm almost pretty much there. But I need more content.
Yeah. No, we're gonna turn it up.
So yeah, like I said, D.L. Hughley, Officer Tatum. I mean, I hope that stuff ends. I hope it ends with them debating. I need these.
No, it's not going. It could never happen. Hughley will be destroyed.
Yeah.
He will be. He's too emotional.
Too emotional.
He's gonna do personal attacks the whole way.
He's only one side of the coin as far as what he's going to look up. So he's going to have a lot of facts about how bad African Americans have had it in this country, but not the backside.
He's going to go to slavery. He's going to go to racism. He's going to go to white supremacy. He's going to go to all the key things that are historically accurate. At this point in time, nobody can debate slavery. Yes, slavery happened. We got it. Everybody knows. But if we're talking about something that happened a few months ago, that's current and modern in today's world, why are we still invoking?
You're older than 50 years old and you still think it's all about race. I'm not saying race doesn't play some factor in it, but that's how you tell that people like celebrities are insulated.
Yeah, so
they're insulated.
If he does, I don't think he would, but if he does, he'll be destroyed. He will not come with facts. It's going to be all emotional arguments and personal attacks. But that'd still be fun to watch. I'd watch that.
Oh yeah. I watched the debate, and I think
definitely
I think D.L. Hughley would do it. And to be honest with you, I think Officer Tatum is smart enough. I don't believe from some of the stuff I watch. I think he can kind of like how I would do. I'm not saying I'd take money from Israel, but I if this is something that was going to benefit my family, or like, I think he can go behind the scenes. Hey, DL, like if I say something crazy that's fucked up or whatever, but hey, I think we can get a lot of attention if.
Oh yeah, and this happens all the time in media.
Because he's been poking that bear for a while.
Media personalities do this all the time. I could tell you, Charleston White, Dr. Umar, they do things like this, and it's content, it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's a business. This is a business, actually. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm pretty sure a lot of personalities out there that whether they lean left or right, Don Lemon, they actually go out their way to be outrageous and extreme because it's a money making machine. It's a business, and these people, these are their jobs. It's their jobs. You know
it's their job, yeah.
So
and once again, with that being their job, I mean, we still can hold them accountable. I can hold you accountable too. Like, I mean, and I just expect more from men like him, him and Willie D. I love the Ghetto Boys, but that man sounds retarded as hell every time he get to talking. This is a video I posted online the other week where he says, Officer Tatum essentially proved him wrong by saying that the boys knew the mother of one of the boys did reach out to Wells's mom, and then Willie D had the nerve. Why would you put that out, bitch? You mad?
Because it happened.
You're mad because you think something, and
Right.
someone proves what you're thinking wrong. So instead of you just say, "Oh man, my bad," to you it's the first response. Why would you put that information, the truth, out on the internet? Shut the fuck up. Swear, man. Sometimes niggas piss me the fuck off.
What about the SAVE Act? Didn't the SAVE Act get passed?
Oh yeah, so they finally brought it up for people who know. So they've been pushing a bill to take money out of politics and to put voter ID together. So if you've heard about people saying they want voter ID in all states for federal elections, that is a part of what they were trying to push with SAVE Act. A lot of Democrats fought against it. There were a couple of Republicans, but basically what they want is the Democrats would like it to think it's unfair for people who don't have an ID, who can't get an ID, who don't know how to work a computer, to vote without having to prove who
Like
they
people
are.
from the Bronx?
Yeah. Well, black people across the country.
People from the
they say.
Bronx apparently don't know about computers.
Oh yeah. I've heard that one. I've heard black people can't have federal or don't know how to get a driver's license, but we can fly to Mexico once a year.
Yeah.
So it passed that. Another big thing about it is they were trying to take money out of politics, and I'm about to give Democrats a really good thing. They were saying with the bill, it excludes president, vice president, and some senior officials in government and federal judges. So those people are exempt, but the Congress and Senate can keep the existing stocks that they have now
Before they're elected.
or while they were elected. Whatever they have now, they can keep. They don't have to sell. They can keep the coins and whatnot, the digital currency that they have. But moving forward, they can't invest in new IPs. If they do, they get a $2,000 fine or 10% of the overall. I'll get to it. To the 10% of the overall deal if they get caught. Their dependents cannot trade. That does not include their children that are grown.
Dependents. Okay.
Yeah. So the dependent who's underneath the house, that child can't stock trade, but your 30-year-old son that you tell about this can. Democrats were really pushing for scorched earth, which I liked, which was sell everything. You can never, you will not.
Yeah.
But this is what a partisan bill looks like.
Right.
You know, you're not. I'll take that. I'd rather.
2,000 though. It's.
Oh yeah.
2,000 isn't a penalty because if you can make more on the trade,
It's
then,
the 10.
then
It's the 10%. That's what the 10% of whatever the overall value
even
of it
that's
is.
kind of low.
Nothing. Yeah.
If you make $1 million, that's only $100K they take from you.
But this is the performative part of the government, which is bipartisan. I'll give the people what they're asking for, knowing that they're not going to look any further.
Yeah.
But then, like, let's say this for instance. I'm gonna read off some of the financial keys.
Yeah. It's a start. It's a start in the right direction. I don't think these penalties are worth a damn.
No.
It's not really incentive to not do it. It's not like 100% or jail time.
It's to
or,
make us feel okay with
a
what
little
they're doing.
like okay, maybe it's still a slap on the wrist if you do these activities, but the punishment isn't. You'll make more money still continuing to do it.
Yeah, it was insider trading. It's insider trading. Like, why are we not investigating insider trading? I don't want to keep picking on just Nancy Pelosi, but think about how many millionaires came out of COVID.
Yeah.
Think about, like, when they said, hey, it's okay legally to make this drug that only existed 5 days ago that will cure everybody. Why is it that everybody in Congress was like a millionaire right after that? If you knew Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson, were going to be drugs that are going to be mandatory for you to go
Dump
to work
your life savings into them.
and say it's $10 a share, by the time you throw, say, $10,000 in it, you're a multimillionaire. You know what I mean? So one good thing that came out of the SAVE Act was some of the voter ID things. One of them was if you do mail-in ballots, they need to be notarized before they're sent out. It used to be you could just write anything in.
You would think that should have been
Abolished.
not even abolished. You would think that should have been the case the entire time. You're mailing in a vote, a sacred vote, and it's not notarized. But you have to notarize other things, other legal papers and documents. You got to get notarized, but not voting. So I like that.
Yeah.
That's actually
that's a good one.
that
That's a
makes
good
it more
highlight.
secure.
Yeah.
And it helps notaries, whatever the fuck.
A job.
I know a few. You know, they could probably make some money during
Well,
that.
you limit it to old folk homes because they can't leave, or people who are bedridden. So you would have a notary come on one day. Hey, voting
Yeah.
day is this day. We're going to do your mail-in ballots.
That'll
a
make
week
me
before.
want to. I mean, it's not hard. You can become a notary and just fucking have a day where you just doing mail-in ballots.
So they also put in there federal data sharing and potential purges. The legislation includes provisions that would require states to submit voter registration lists to the U.S. Department of Referencing, which that's good because you're keeping track of the people who are going to vote and where they're voting at, so you have a more accurate count. Penalties. They've got the bill proposes potential criminal penalties for election workers, and including language about allowing citizens to potentially sue election officials. So if you catch somebody, what they could do call doing ballot stuffing, those people will be held accountable now. The bill includes a proposed photo identification requirement for both in-person and voting mail-in ballots, which that's the overall case. You know, I don't want people, when you really scratch the surface of what the reasoning for them wanting this is bad, think about birthright citizenship. A Chinese person comes here, they have a baby, they raise their child back in China, they send the kid back here, he runs for president, he wins. You get what I'm saying? And then also say you have the voter bullshit that we were doing before where we don't protect our vote. The Chinese, all countries interfere with all elections somehow. Whether it's through social media, Hunter Biden's laptop, I think, is a perfect example of that. Like, the Russians can push that to go anti-Biden so he doesn't get run again. And when you do that, like, you can it just makes more sense to have the SAVE Act pass. It also makes more sense to tighten up birthright citizenship. So I know it sounds worst case scenario, but just kind of look at how the world's going now. That seems very possible that you can have a politician paid for. If Meldani thinks that this country is shit already and Iran pays him $20 billion to run for president, I mean, that's a realistic fear you can have. Not saying Meldani would do it. I'm just saying these hypotheticals are what people think about for 10, 20, 30 years in the future.
No, fact. And didn't they push that, wasn't that Israel military merger in there also? So
that was one of them too. Yes, as simple as that. And they were pushing the merger. The status of the bill is currently under consideration. Status in the United States is pending. So it just passed Congress, so it's heading to the Senate. I think it's going to go further.
Yeah. I can't wait for them to, let's get this Clarity Act. The Clarity Act is about
Oh,
crypto.
yeah, I need that XRP to go, man.
Yes.
Man, I need that,
I've been waiting. I'm still trying
It was supposed to be last month, wasn't it?
Yeah. Honestly, there's a part of me wants it to keep getting delayed so I could keep getting more. Because once it goes, if that's what happens, it's like, okay, boom, now it's going to be out of reach. Like, if the coins that we're talking about jump up to the prices we're hoping they do, it'll be out of reach. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing like Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin went from like $10 to, I think it was like 20,000.
Yeah. It's hard to own one, you know, unless you got tens of thousands of dollars. But hopefully this year, if not this year, next year. Honestly, I don't really know.
The Clarity Act, I think it'll be before the end of the year. I think that.
So we'll see.
Yeah, so we'll see. But shout out to everybody. Appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. We are on all major platforms.
Facts.
Please support, share with your friends.
Clip us.
Comments. Anybody who has anything that's helpful to suggest.
Love us, hate us. Keep the comments coming. Keep the hate coming. Keep the love coming. Do all the things.
Help us pay for our new equipment.
Oh, yeah. We got to get new equipment. We're going to get a new spot. And we're going to get the merch store popping. So when the merch drops, make sure you check that out. Of course, we'll announce it and all the things.
Shout out to my niggas in the Discord.
Yeah.
Shout out. Those are my dudes, man. Fuck with y'all.
On that, episode 10 in the books. Appreciate you guys.